Kobe, welcome back to UCF for another season. Just kind of talk us through that process. Obviously, you had a decision to make following the year. Do you try to go pro? Do you come back for another year? What kind of led into your decision to return to UCF?
I mean, me, I'm a guy that think like, if I got another year, you feel what I'm saying? I had a good year last year, but I'm not a guy that just want to go and just be an average guy. You feel what I'm saying? I want to reach for the stars. So I knew I had another year to come back, and I know I played real good last year. So I just know this year gonna be one of those years for me.
Kobe, you come back and you get a new quarterback this season, KJ. What do you know about him, and what stood out about his performance?
I know KJ a football player. He's a winner. I mean, I seen him in a lot of SEC games, win big games, so it's a no-brainer for me. I just know that we got to get on the same page as the offense, like with him coming in, working. We win games now. You feel what I'm saying? So we win games now. Everybody practicing during the season, so you separate yourself now. So what you do now and what we're doing, like when the coaching not there, is going to separate us during the season. So we just building a connection with him, so it'll be real good.
You also have a new offensive coordinator with Tim Harris Jr., who's also going to be your new wide receiver coach. Have you just gotten a chance to speak with him? And then if so, what's been your early impressions of him in that regard?
I haven't had a chance to speak with him since he got hired, but he was here when I was here, so every encounter I had with him was a good encounter, and I think he's a good man, and he's a great football coach. I'm looking forward to him leading us as a receiver group.
You and Javon are close, so what were those conversations like as he had announced he was coming back and then decided to go into the draft? And similarly, what can coaches, executives, et cetera, expect when he goes to Mobile in a couple of days?
Javon, me and Javon been tight since we were young, so I brought him along. I always believed in him. You feel? A lot of stuff I learned as a receiver, I'm not ashamed to say this, I learned from him. He been playing receiver his whole life. I played quarterback, I played corner in high school, so a lot of things I learned from him. But like during the season, me and him always talked about like that 1,000-yard mark. And the last game, we already knew he was gonna hit it. So when he went like for 178, we were talking about it. I mean, we took a couple weeks to talk about it. Me and him talked about it a lot. And he made his decision he was gonna leave, and I don't think it's a bad decision. But in Mobile, they gonna see like what he all about. I believe he one of the top receivers in the country. Like skill for skill, like everything, he got everything. They'll see.
You had a good season this year. How much better can you get, and what do you want to accomplish in this next year?
I can get way better. Y'all just seen like a little bit of me, to be honest. Like y'all ain't really seen my full potential. There's a lot of things I can get better with, like off the field, just off the field, just a little small details. When I clean up the details, it's gonna be hard to pick anybody over me.
Obviously, with Javon leaving, you guys were trading games going as leading receiver. But with him leaving, it looks like you're stepping up into that leading receiver spot. Do you feel high expectations and how you're preparing to?
Like it's obvious. It's high expectation for me, so I got to take that next step into being a leader and just coming to work every day and just being 110% locked in and focused on whatever the job may be. Just getting my job done and just teaching the young guys under me, just bringing them along. So I know I'm a big part of the team. I'm a big part of the offense. So I'm gonna lead by example. Like being a leader this year is my main goal as a receiver. Like for the whole team, like not just for the offense and the defense. When things going bad, I want to be that guy that they can look up to and they listen to my word. And my word is powerful around here already. But more as I lead and by example and just be that guy they can look up to, it's gonna be a good season. And I feel like the team will come along and listen to me when times get harder. We can fight out of it.
Piggybacking off of that, with Javon's departure, that would leave more receptions open. So who would you say is most poised to step up and take over some of those receptions?
I mean, it's obvious. Me, and I'm gonna step up and take that first spot. That's a no-brainer. X, X the right after me, and all the other guys, they gotta prove themselves. You feel me? But we believe in all our guys, but it's just they got to prove themselves to the team. It's not about us, it's about proving yourself to the team so we can count on you on Saturday when that big moment. And me and X may be covered. We got to see what other guys going to step up. And all the guys stepping up, everybody hungry. So it's going to be a good competition to see who steps up for that next spot.
A few times last year you mentioned you were playing through pain, significant pain. So can you shed some light on what you were playing through and what the rehab process has been and maybe some of the rest that you got after the season?
Yeah, it was good for me to get some rest after the season. I was playing on a hurt hamstring for since the Cincinnati game, and my heel started bothering me. So I pushed through it. I pushed through it. I was hurting, but for the team, you know, I'm gonna go out there and get my all out. But it's been good just to get some rehab and just recover and just get off my feet for a little bit because I got a lot of miles. I'm going to my 5th year. I've been playing since a freshman, so it's just been good to just get a little break. But you know, it's just about 2 weeks. But I'm back going hard now. It's time to work right now.
Good stuff. Appreciate it. Thanks, Kobe. All right, we'll bring over. You talked about you can get a lot better. Obviously, you just were talking about that as far as receiver-wise. Who are guys that you like to watch? Like receiver-wise, just growing up through the years, and I'm sure you're watching NFL every Sunday. Other guys that maybe have your similar body type, or guys that you kind of emulated coming out of high school. Like, who are some of the receivers that you like to really study?
I like dogs. I like Justin Jefferson. I like Jamar Chase. I like Calvin Ridley. I like receivers like that. I like Stephon Diggs, the people, you feel me? You know, the people who dominate the game, dominate the game week in, week out. So, like, those people just come with an edge every game. I just feel like I gotta have a more knack for the ball. Like, when the ball's in there, I gotta attack it more. Like, I feel like I'm more finesse player, and I feel like me just being that dog, going to attack the ball more, help my numbers and help my NFL jump stop.
So what have you kind of learned what it takes during the offseason as you become a state receiver? I don't know if it's something you've always done or maybe you've gotten more mature and older and more experienced. You kind of realize you got to put in the work every single day.
Like I was saying up there, like, everybody practicing during the season. Like, everybody has those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practices, like following up to the games. But the things you do, like, you get better, like with your trainers and your off-season people who you work out with. Like what you see, like the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Like, so when you working out and nobody knows about it and it's on the side and you grinding during the summer, that's what shows up on the field. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, those hours matter.
We talked about obviously assuming a bigger leadership role for not just the receivers but for this team as well. How do you go about doing that, and how do you, what's kind of your message to some of the younger guys that are coming into the program for the first time?
My message is they want to see our stuff done, they can follow me. Like, I'm gonna be that guy that they can follow this year. Like, when the big play need to be made, I'm gonna make it. Like, Coach Gus has challenged me to be a better leader for the team because, like, I'm more of an influential person on the team. Like, I influence a lot of people on the team, and a lot of people look up to me. So I just want to be that guy, like, on and off the field, they can come up to me if they having a problem off the field, like talk to me, because I'm one of them guys that this is going to my 5th year, and I've been doing a lot of things people haven't been doing in college. So I've been through a lot of adversities, been through a lot of ups and downs, so I just know a lot of answers.
Kobe, have you had any discussions with KJ Jefferson, the big things that you guys can do in the big 12 as a new duo?
Yeah, me and KJ talk every day. We already getting a good relationship, so me and him talk every day. Like, we know the goal. We know what we got to do. We know this out last year, so we know the goal at the end is to get to the biggest level possible and get to the biggest game possible. And the biggest game get you drafted. So we want to get there for our team and be able to lead our team to the biggest games, the conference championships, and all the playoffs. So I feel like that me and him on the same page about this year.
What is KJ like? What is his personality like? You guys are about the same age, both played in the SEC. What is he just like from a personal standpoint?
He's a great person. I mean, like, I've been with him for a couple of weeks and I already love him. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the connection is already there. Like, I've been knowing him for my whole life. So, like, the connection is there off the field, so I know on the field the connection will be there. He's a great person. I know he will be a great leader. He's just learning the stuff right now, so we've been throwing. So when we learn and he gets everything down pat, it's going to be all hands on deck.
You've had, obviously, a lot of the freshmen, 2 freshmen came in, some of the earlier enrollee guys. You're on the field or anything, but you're working out. Wasn't any of those guys stood out to you, impressed you?
I mean, I really haven't seen those guys because, you know, I work out with the older guys. The freshmen work out later, so I'll get a chance to see them here soon. And I think they're pretty good about what I watched. Coach showed me them, so I think they're pretty good. They just have to mature. It's going to just be a lot of maturing for the freshmen, that's all.
What do you think the strongest part of the offense is going to be this season? With the addition of KJ Jefferson, with the return of RJ Harvey?
Everything going to be strong. Like, you know what RJ gonna do. You know what you're gonna get out of me. You feel me? We know we're gonna get out of KJ. We just gotta have everybody around us, like the other people, to step up and just take that next step, because people's roles from last year won't have the same roles. Like, X won't have the same role he had last year. He have a bigger role, so he have to step up and play and get better. But I think everybody is ready for what's coming.
You feel like UCF should be mentioned as a team that can win the Big 12?
They don't gotta mention us. I mean, it don't make us no difference. You feel what I'm saying?
That is the goal. I mean,
we want to be mentioned. We want to be one of those teams, but like, we know coming off last year, like, we had a 67. We did below average for me because of our roster. But with the roster we have, we should win a lot of games. You know, it just take that team camaraderie, you know, that we have to build. So I feel like this year will be way better.
Do you feel like you guys have something to prove?
Yeah.
Because of the way you guys performed last year?
We got a lot to prove, and we working like the way we working. It's attention to detail every day, and people got to step up, and people got to be leaders. Nobody's too small to hold anybody accountable. Everybody got to hold accountable, from the walk-ons to the highest paid person on the team in NIL. You got to hold them accountable.
You said you guys should have won a couple more